أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها سراجا وقمرا منيرا. وهو الذي جعل الليل والنهار خلفة لمن أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا. وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. والذين يبيتون لربهم سجدا وقياما. والذين يقولون ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذابها كان غراما إنها ساءت مستقرا ومقاما. والذين إذا أنفقوا لم يسرفوا ولم يقتروا وكان بين ذلك قواما. صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome everyone to the first Atoll Marine Symposium. My name is Fatma Dua. I am the Marine Biologist Assistant at Atoll Marine Center. On behalf of my team, myself and my team, we would love to thank you all for your effort in coming to this event and your cooperation with the changing schedule. We hope it would be a productive and interesting session with everyone involved. The aim of this event is to foster close relationships to enable us to collaborate more freely and help us reach our shared goal of protecting the Maldives' marine environment. As our slogan states, our ocean, their home, your future. Hopefully you have all seen the agenda, but if not, we will begin the event with a few presentations from a few organizations before moving on to our panel discussion late in the day. And the first presentation will be from Nooraj. I'm sorry.
All right, hello everyone. Thank you, Dua. So now we will first start with a round of presentations. And every one of you gets 10 minutes to present their NGO, what you are doing. And after that, we'll have a 5-minute Q&A session. After that, we will change it up, get the next NGO to do their presentation, and that's how we go for a few times before we start the panel discussion. So first, I would like to invite Nooraj to the stage.
Maybe
Pointer for you,
oh,
if you would like
okay.
to use.
Maybe Indian, you want to do this, right? Easy, though? No. Okay. Hello, good afternoon, and assalamu alaikum to all my colleagues here from NAFRO. It's been a pleasure to be in this lovely island and having such a wonderful hospitality. Huriya befulnas warabboda shukuru ada kurang algon me fursat deviti. Algon me presentation kuriya gendani nurajge faratu ingressing adi ekamang itura malumat benum fulwa huriya faratakan algon fahunnames ama willingly me libifonna kodawagut kodaterega nummalma fahuwe sama wahak dakkaleven. Algonaki Musa Zamir. My name is Musa Zamir. I'm the program coordinator for Nuraj, and I'm also with my colleague here, Zayan, and he has been doing a wonderful job doing the stakeholder engagement and also doing the ocean use survey. So I will continue with my presentation. As you know, you might have heard, I don't know, today I got a very good feedback just now on what Nuraj is from a local person here. So I'll let you know what he said or what his understanding on Nuraj is. So to begin with, Nuraj is a collaboration. Is it working? Okay. Okay, Nuraj is a collaboration between the Maldives government and the Blue Prosperity Coalition, which is a worldwide NGO working with researchers, scientists, and also small island government states, actually small island states, working to safeguard the ocean, which is very important and very relevant for today's program here. Okay, and our focus is on the blue economy, marine spatial planning for the Maldives, which is something very unique. That's the first marine spatial planning that the program is conducting in the Maldives. And sustainable fisheries. Of course, Maldives is well and renowned for its sustainability in the pelagic fishery sector. And marine protection. Of course, we have been doing different pockets of protection in the whole archipelago, and this is one of the focus of our program areas. Next. Nuraj program goals, if I say in brief, you can see it's about the enhancing the fisheries. Nuraj in local tongue also means blue Maldives or the blue island nation. So in that respect, all that you see here, our goals are focused on the ocean and its uses and how we enhance and sustain the ocean for the generations to come. So protecting the coral reefs, improving livelihoods. Without people, we cannot work with, and their livelihoods matters because they need to be also in a situation where they are able to be able to take care of the environment and they have a good standard of living. That's important. And sustainable growth of our economies are important. That's why we talk about the blue economy. And protecting and restoring ocean health because, as you can understand in the local context, everything is not well, not everything is good, so we need to even restore some of the damages or some of the detrimental work that has happened in the past. Okay, next. Importance of ocean, promoting the ocean and also promoting the sustainable use of our resources. So these are some of our, need for protecting the ocean. And also, because we are working with the government of Maldives and small island nations and the international agencies that are working towards conservation of a part of their ocean space, Maldives government has committed to protect 20% of the ocean space of the Maldives, which is within the EEZ. And next, I just want to say that blue economy that needs, tourism, fisheries are the main two economic sectors in the Maldives. So taking into account that we are surrounded by this ocean space and the marine environment, we need to actually develop the economy so that we benefit as well as the nature is enhanced through our economic growth and development. But sometimes some of the decisions may not be aligned with that. So this is why we work on that. So protecting the nature, protecting the marine ocean space is a basic, let's say, there is no blue economy or there is no development in our concept of understanding on growth and development of a nation without protecting its natural base. Okay. So how do we plan to do it? You might have heard we started the work in 2019, and actually because of COVID and everything, we were having a lot of setback. But in 2020, we started the program launching official launch, and then one of the main works is actually building on collecting information and planning the ocean space. So on that basis, we have been collecting and gathering natural ocean space data and natural data as well. So marine spatial planning involves public, the private sector, NGOs, as well as academics, and collecting information, as I said, about the natural resources and the systems that we have to determine what are the best areas that we can protect, what are the areas that we can, optimally make best use of. So for that purposes, we have started marine spatial planning work using the available, best available scientific data. You might have heard about few expeditions that the Nuraja program has conducted with National Geographic Society as well, Pristine Seas. And they are partners with the Nuraja program. And there should be one more slide on. Yeah, okay. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, so anyway, Zian and the team engaging with the communities, collecting data on the social data information and ocean use space, use data. They have been working with the communities, going to visit, has in fact visited all the atolls and most of the islands in the Maldives, and gathered so much information which Zian will explain later. So it involves the communities and everybody we are working with locally throughout the process. Next, yeah. No, I think the other plan. No, I think you skipped one more. Yeah, back. No, I'm missing one. Yeah, okay, this illustration is a very nice, I mean, I see this as your today's nice t-shirts as well, showcases the ocean space, how people are using and how they interact with each other. So this is actually part of the marine spatial planning work that we do. It's to integrate all the work that we do and not taking into only one perspective, but look at the perspective from others. There are so many people using this space. I think it's self-explanatory. The illustrations do much better than my talk. So I will hand over to Zian to explain a bit on the ocean use survey work.
Hi, I'm Zian. So I'm just here to explain to you a little bit about the ocean use survey. So when we started NORAD, one of the first stakeholder engagement work we did was plan an ocean use survey all across the Maldives. So in the ocean use survey, we went to 243 islands, 243 site visits to 189 islands. And we tried to find out how Maldivians use the ocean and how much we value it. So yeah, so the survey was conducted with 243 site visits to 118 islands, with 18 facilitators, and our facilitators are not just based centrally, they're just based all over the country, from all the way up north to the south. And the surveys were online surveys, and it was done on a digital mapping platform called C-Sketch. So C-Sketch is a participatory mapping tool that allows us to generate results immediately while we do our work. So it's pretty helpful, and I think you'll get to see it a little bit more in our workshop. Yeah, and I would be very excited to say that the Ocean Use Survey in Maldives is the largest ocean use survey in the world, with about 5,000 responses representing 25,000 people and about 30,000 shapes drawn all over. This is just a breakdown of like, we have 16 sectors, so like we've interviewed 12,000 fishers, about 300 guest houses, 64 resorts, and there's a lot more, and all of this information is available public on our website, so you can just go and check it out. Yeah, so after the ocean use surveys, we did a stakeholder listening tour where we went to fishery landing sites and islands with more fishers and tried to find what their concerns were, right? So from August to November 2022, we were doing these trips. We went to 5 landing sites, 30 islands with 15 engagement sessions. And most of the people we've talked to or had conversations with were fishers. So yeah, so what we heard from the stakeholders, so there were a lot of concerns raised. Most of the concerns had to do with reclamation, dredging, and loss of the fishing grounds, and some overfishing problems, plastic. So I think everyone's aware of these problems. And one of the biggest problems we've found was like the concerns for losing fishing ground over like maybe for resorts, maybe for dredging, or like any kind of use. And yeah, so they were very positive about marine spatial planning, and they also pointed out that we need proper implementation and monitoring and enforcement if we were to proceed with this.
Do we have the last slide, I think? Yeah, is the last one? Okay, so again, thank you all for listening to us, and I'm sure there will be some of you who might have some questions or something to ask from us. So we will be around here. So definitely our work is not finished. We have a lot of engagement yet to be done because we have a plan. You don't know what that plan is. You want to know because you are responsible for producing this plan. You obviously want to know what's in that plan, what's happening there. So we are working on that. And besides that, I would like to say that we are also working with the government of Maldives for, we have already actually developed, drafted the legal framework for this, a bill on the marine spatial planning for the Maldives, which is the first of its kind. And we will have to engage with all of you, everyone you know. You can always give your word. Word of mouth is the best promotion, and also a way to understand others how it works. So we'll be definitely working with you all and look forward to your collaboration. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions from someone about this project? No one? Come on, someone?
We are so good.
Yes.
Hi, you're right. I see you've been collecting obviously a lot of data. Have you kind of got enough now to carry on basically trying to achieve your overall objective, or are you looking to do like another round of data collection?
Okay, we have collected a lot of data. This is available scientifically. You know, there are a lot of eyes from the sky collecting data everywhere. So those kind of data are available, and then we are also collecting local institution data that is available from the government and the private sector as well, and the NGOs who are working in, understanding the marine species, how they migrate, what are the kind of ecosystems that we have. So those kind of baseline information we have already. And then there are other political maps and, GIS kind of data that we also gather. So that is actually also being put together. And we have the C-Sketch, which is we are using for even for the survey. Zian, you want to say anything about?
I can just talk about the ocean use survey. I don't think we're going to collect any more data per se for the ocean use service, because we did the ocean use survey to get information to make the marine spatial plan. So I'm not sure. At least I don't think so.
Okay, I can go into detail a little bit if, program is allowed us time. What we have done basically is put up a national marine spatial plan for the offshore currently. The plan that we have developed is an offshore marine spatial plan, but most of the users, apart from the fishers, are actually nearshore data. So we have all that data as well, and then we will be working with offshore and nearshore planning, because they have very unique users, different users. So that work we are working on, and then there's a lot of engagement to be done. As you can see, when you put up a plan to the community, or you and everybody, a lot of people have questions related to their livelihood, their users and everybody. We don't want to create additional conflicts. We want to reduce conflicts as well. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. I would like to add a small thing for the other NGOs that are having the presentation. My colleague Gabby right there, she will show you whenever you are on the 9-minute limit, so you know you have 1 minute left for your presentation. After that, she will show you a red sign, which means that your time is over. You can still finish your sentence or maybe show your last slide, but after that, we have to break it off. But for now, thank you very much. And then next, I would like to invite Veshi Sapu.
A very good afternoon to you all. We are from Veshisafu and based in Hitadu, Ado City, doing environmental related works, mostly cleaning and working against single-use plastics. Our vision and mission, you can see, to make Ado City single-use plastic-free place, keep clean and environmentally friendly place, awareness programs on plastic pollution, plant endangered trees and save trees, clean coastal areas and beaches, write books about different environmental issues, expand our work to different islands throughout Maldives and beyond. Our motto, as our team is mostly women, we have decided a motto which represents something about women. Our motto is, women can do, and we will keep striving. Veshisafu is an NGO based in Hitadu, Ado City, where we are doing environmental related work, officially registered in 2019, and working in different projects with weekly cleaning up in different locations. We have 73 members thus far, and all are women with a vision. Our project one is planting endangered trees in a plot we got from Ado Nature Park in Hitadu. Our focus is on breadfruit trees for the moment, as these trees are declining. And also these trees are very important because these trees are the homes for white terns. And so our focus is right now on breadfruit trees. And we have started planting already, and there are plants in Nature Park. Our second project is a campaign against single-use plastic. This is a huge campaign. We have stitched 500 tote bags and distributed to supermarkets and houses, and billboards are mounted on roadsides, 1,000 stickers are distributed, posters against plastics are affixed on wall of the shops. 20 youths are trained and tutored on plastic pollution. Our third project is develop an environment-friendly park in Hitadu. Work of this park is slow as we don't get funds enough to speed up. This park is for elderly people and for children. Our our fourth project is a continuing program of free giveaway plants to schools, institutions, restaurants, and mosques also in Hitadu. That's it. Thank you very much for listening.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions from the public?
Thank you very much. I didn't get your name, please.
Fatum.
Yeah, sorry, Fatum. Yeah, we have met before. I just want to bring out this question, and also because this is a platform for creating the awareness. You are working on the last project. I don't want to take your time, take the time of everyone else. But then on the last, I'm trying to reduce the noise. Oh, okay. Basically, working on a project to create parks in the local islands. There are issues and there are concerns also for us, because there are challenges definitely. And I was thinking that, you know, interaction with the nature, and then, you know, something, a park which is actually educational as well for the locals, require some kind of technical input from people that can provide. Are you getting the kind of right information and technical support to develop these kind of parks? I know a lot of parks are plastic parks that we see in some of the islands that we, and then they run down very quickly in the sun in 2 years' time or something like that. And then it is not that educational as well. So, you know, I'm actually an urban planner myself. I've been working, I have also graduate in environmental management. So my concern is that in the local context, these kind of concepts are not introduced yet on the natural, you know, trees, native trees, and then the shade from the trees, as well as, you know, something that is educational for the kids as well, to learn about living in nature. These kind of parks are rare. I don't see that much. So just planting a tree itself doesn't suffice. There should be some educational information and so much more to do. So I hope you are getting the right kind of technical support as well in developing these parks. Sorry, I think it's more than a question.
Thank you. Let me say about the breadfruit trees. Actually, we are doing some academic work also with that project. Like we will be having sessions with school children and with Nature Park, with our NGO. And we also write in children books, like story books, also to let them know, to let them understand about how important this breadfruit tree is. Because during Second World War, I think that was the only reason we were survived. Breadfruit trees. Also, these trees are the homes for our native bird, white terns. So this breadfruit, right now we are focused on these trees. And thank you.
All right, thank you. Any more questions? Maybe from the people in the back right there, from the public? No, nothing? Then we move onwards to the next presentation, because we still have some time left before the prayer break. So I would like to invite SMLA Live to the stage to do their presentation.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll start with a small narrative before introducing ourselves. Um, there were 5 blind men, and they were asked to evaluate an elephant. And each one, they were assigned at different parts of the elephant, and each one had its own opinion. Like, someone said it was a spear, some said it was a wall, some said it was a tree. So this is, with this prelude, I am architect Satish Moses. I represent SMLA. I come from Chennai, India, and we are an associated transdisciplinary consultants. Our expertise, we work on different areas of environment, including wetland restoration, marine systems, coral restoration, biocementation. We also work in removing concrete out of building construction. So there is a wide range of areas where we are consciously working on contributing to environment, thereby working on climate change and also the zero carbon goal that we are looking at. So the elephant story was to say the entire environment always presents itself as an elephant, a large elephant, where a lot of different disciplinary knowledges are required. And it requires a very transdisciplinary model of working. So that's where I'm just giving you an overview of one of the areas that might be relevant to Maldives. How do you look at resilient marine ecosystems through a transdisciplinary model? See, we always know, yeah, it's a complex marine ecosystem. There are complex food patterns, food chains. So it is definitely not very easy to comprehend. It is not two-dimensional. I really appreciate the work of Noorajee, where they're doing marine spatial planning, where you need to have the third dimensional understanding in a very spatial mapping to really understand ecosystems, whether it be whales, whether it be corals, whether it be even wetland species, or even we are working with wetland bananas also. So nature itself is a very comprehensive, interconnected, three-dimensional entity, so which requires a lot of interconnected study and layering. So it's a three-dimensional process which we have to undergo. So everybody is aware where disrupted marine biodiversity and ecosystems, where ocean acidification is contributing to bleaching of corals. Thereby, the coral bleaching is a very small symptom of the larger ecosystem loss. We are losing the biodiversity, we are losing the fish, we are losing the marine food chain. Thereby, it is a very socio-economic problem where the fishermen are losing their jobs. There are less number of fishes. This is not the case with just Maldives. Our experience for the last 7 years with Great Barrier Reef, the same scenario is being presented. In Lakshadweep, the same scenario is presented. If you go to Europe, the same scenario is presented. So it is a very global phenomena which is expressing itself as a symptom where all these corals are getting bleached. So to really look into these ecosystems, what we have to do is first understand the disciplinary silos. There are marine biologists who are working in this area. There are divers working in this area. There are NGOs working in this area. There are government agencies contributing to it. Then the society, the fishing community who are involved. So even the children. So everybody is contributing and they are trying to participate and give back to the environment. So they are always in the disciplinary silos. And when you start collaborating with a multidisciplinary approach, it is like a very additive process where all the ideas are put together as A, B, C, D, E. But when you start interdisciplinary model, that is when the intersections start coming in. So I start conflicting with another person's opinion. So these conflicts will start creating a kind of a higher level synthesis. That is where the rise of a transdisciplinary model comes from. So why I am talking about this transdisciplinary model is that is the fundamental to approach any environmental concern in the global arena today. Be it Maldives or be it the global phenomena, we have to cross many multiple boundaries, many multiple disciplinarian systems to achieve a very holistic approach. So that is where I'm trying to create the fundamental for this. So as we know, what does this mean to Maldives? So they are a very dominant ecosystem, provides a lot of shelter to marine life, also very delicate. So there are a lot of things happening in and around Maldives. So as you see, human well-being, the economy, the oxygen to breathe, the fish, the seafood to eat, the leisure and healing, tourism, places to visit, seaways for transportation. We came by the Trans-Maldivian Airways. The many jobs associated with activities. You see the complexity of layers behind the image that we are just seeing. We're just seeing the coral reef and a lot of fishes and all that. But you see the complexity in which these are intertwined. So we human beings are also part of this complex system. So we have to understand how our responsible action can really stop causing conflicts to the nature. So what the fundamental premise that we are saying is we have to look at a very transdisciplinary model, which is where we also take the government and environmental-led socio-economic development. So in fact, yesterday I was staying in Hulumale. I was noticing a lot of housing development was happening, industries being created. So the focus is on actually creating more jobs and economic development. So how can environment lead a socio-economic development? So with that fundamental strategy, how can we bring NGOs and scientists? How can we bring marine tourism? How can we bring fishing community? How can we bring students and children? How can we bring UN sustainability development goals? How can we bring marine conservation? How can we bring shipping and transport, life sciences, corals, fish habitats and other services all together and arrive at a transdisciplinary model? So if a transdisciplinary model with other players which I might have missed out, so these could really give you a three-dimensional, a comprehensive 360-degree solution to what Maldives is really looking at. So I stop here. This is part of my second presentation which I'll be making tomorrow. So I will be trying to demonstrate how a transdisciplinary approach has helped us work on a biomineralization which has led to restoration of corals. We actually studied the atolls, how the minerals from atolls have facilitated coral calcification over the million of years, and how we can actually take a cradle-to-cradle approach, a circular economical route, and create a kind of a system which can really try to build a marine fundamental food chain from a nutrient to a living biodiversity. So that is what I'll be presenting tomorrow. Thank you. This is a small introduction which I'm trying to make today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions for SMLA Live?
I have a very simple question. This model or this, what do you call this structure? Is it built in, where is it built in?
We are working with three organizations. One is National Institute of Ocean Technology in India, and also an industrial entity where they are generating a lot of volcanic kind of a slag. So this is a part of a 6-year work that I've just shown in 3 slides. Maybe the detailed thing, how we have actually achieved the calcification. So how coral provocation can start from the fundamental premise of marine nutrient and composite is what we'll be presenting.
3D construction? Or?
Yeah, this is a 3D construction, but we do have some live demonstration models which I'll be presenting tomorrow.
And do you also use any probiotics, anything?
Yeah, it is basically a nutrient, an iron, protein, a lot of nutrient coming together, so that how the precipitation can happen in seawater. So it also takes the role of probiotic, the bacteria playing a very important role in kick-starting the first fundamental phytoplankton growth. So that's where.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? No? Okay, all right. Then we will take a short break and we'll be back at 4:10, and then we will continue with the next presentation from Captain from Plastic. And for everybody in the room, there is some tea and coffee in the back. You can go and get some if you would like that, and I'll see you soon.